Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am back again already because I have decided that I want to record much, if not most, of this journey I'm going on, getting from Maine to Mississippi and all that it entails, which is very crushing to me. It is such a monumental task and I literally lose sleep over it, and during the day I can't breathe because I don't know how to get from point A to point B. Now notice what I just said. I said I don't know how to do it. I did not ask for anyone to tell me how to do it or give me tips or suggestions or anything like that. I'm sure there are others like me, but all those things are overwhelming to me, and I might have just come up with some way that I think will work for me, and then somebody else will knock that idea out and, you know, and tell me other things. So I just need to do this all on my own, and I am willing to share it because A, I need content, and because B, someone else who thinks my way and thinks that things can't get done because they're too big to do. I don't know, maybe somebody will pick something up that I've done and I'm not really doing it to help anyone other than myself. I want to help myself through this, and I'm going to do it whatever way I think works for me. And that doesn't mean that I will be sharing everything because, again, things are overwhelming. I thought of doing like a house tour. My house is not like you see on Hoarders. It's just that anything with a surface has stuff on it. A table has stuff on it. A desk, stuff on it. That's why I don't have furniture. I don't have a table to eat on because it would just have stuff on it. I have enough places where there's stuff. Every little nook and cranny, like a corner, might have boxes piled up. But I can easily move around the house. It's not like stuff is everywhere. Although the front room was getting to the point where I could not get to my fabric because things were piled in the center of that room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the fabric that I moved out of the front room. We're calling it the front room. And I brought all that into my mother's apartment, I'm calling it. I had an addition built for her when my father died. And it doesn't look like as much because it's all lined up against her dresser. But when it was all in the middle of a room, there was piles. Like, I have some bolts standing up, and then I had boxes that were piled. And the bed that I use to put the things that I cut as I'm planning for my sale, there's places that I would stack all the fabric so that when the sale is over, I can go there and sort all the orders. The bed would be covered, and then I'd also put a full sheet on the stairway, and I would use those steps as shelves. And then I was also just putting boxes upside down on my other boxes in the center of the room and using all those box bottoms as tables to stack. So it was, quite the system. And now I find that where do I put everything? Right now in my stairway, I have boxes that are supposed to go upstairs so that I can pack certain things that Skylar and I hope to bring to certain places to donate, a lot of games and things like that that we'll never use again. So my stairway was full of stuff, and I had nothing in the center of that room where I could stack things, so I had to make do with the bed. It was piled. All right, let's just get started with that. I'm not doing the house tour because, like I said, it would be overwhelming. Just when I walk through rooms, I look like at a corner, like I'm looking at a corner right there, that it's a box of a lot of remnants of things like one-sided fusible, batting, things like that, and it's like, oh, I have that to do too. There really is so much to do, and it's so hard for someone like me who doesn't just want to part with things. I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. All right, let's go look at the fabric that I moved, and then I'll show you where all that fabric was a few days ago. This is what it looks like, all lined up, and there's some more over there. It really doesn't look like as much as it looked like in the other room. And a lot of these boxes, well, almost all of these boxes, have fabric that would just get, you know, lost in the mix, so I wasn't using them. I'm pretty good about using up all the bolts, although, you know, I am starting to have bolts that have been here for a little bit. And you can see there's boxes underneath, and they're filled with things too. This is like the newest stuff where I try to sort into different colors, like I have some blues there and reds and then greens and different things like that. And then this is all my Lorelei Designs fabrics that are in those two boxes. This is the front room, and this is the section I was talking about. All the fabric you just saw was here. There was a little path where I could go sideways to put the fabric on the bed, but there were boxes always behind me, and I'd have to always make sure that I would walk out sideways and then turn and make sure there was not a box in front of me because I'm petrified of falling. There was no path to get to anything there. If I needed anything on the couch, I had to just like lean over and get things. The chair had boxes on it. Everything here was boxes. The couch had lots of piles of fabric that are, you know, now in boxes, and you just saw that. I today was going to finish this, but you know what? I think I'm not. I'm not as overwhelmed with this, and I want to move on to something more overwhelming. If I can do, you know, partials of each room, then I can start over and finish up each room. Something like this is something I can easily do, like even while Skylar is here, I might be more motivated. I know some of you might be thinking, just finish this room and be done one room. That's not the way I feel like doing it. So, like I said, I'm going to do things the way that feel better for me. So let me show you what I would like to do today. These are boxes of things that I have in the center room, one of the center rooms. This is a whole big long room, 2 rooms put together, and this is one side of it. I have more clutter here. Look at the desk. That all needs to be cleaned off. And then I have boxes that go out to here. But today I would like to maybe move some of this. Now, this also was stacked very high, and there were no spaces. But since the beginning of the year, I have been working out of a lot of those boxes, cutting and selling things. You know, I even have like a stack on that chair. That's what I'm saying. Anything with a surface is going to gather something, and now the floor was gathering, and I don't like that. I have to be careful when I walk by that there's not any boxes sticking out. So I have done some work here, but today I would like just this little section. We'll just try to work on that. So let me get going, and then I'll report to you. Not in this video, probably. I think in another video. For sure, I will not show you what I've accomplished in this video. It'll be in the next video. And if I haven't accomplished it, I'll let you know that I didn't accomplish it. I don't want the pressure of having to record later. I want to wrap this up, but I want to explain to you what has stopped me from moving forward with this for the past like 3, 4, 5 months. Where are we? I don't know. It's been like 5 months, I think. Since January of 2021 is when I started planning this. And all the steps to get from here to Mississippi, including getting my mother there in a home, there's just so many different options, and they're all just overwhelming, and it would just crush me, and then I would just give up giving, you know, any thought to it until, you know, I'll think about it later. I'll figure it out later. So what I decided is I have to just start taking the steps, and those steps will help me to understand what the next step will be. Step 1 is listing this house, which is going to be happening at the very end of June after Skylar and Derek leave. Gives me time to make it more presentable, and also I didn't want it, you know, people to be coming while I have people, because we need to leave during the showings, and I just didn't want to be bothered with that. So that's all going to work out. I'm excited for the house to be put on the market. That's step 1 for the house. The other step that's pretty important is I have to have an apartment in Mississippi. I will be getting an apartment in the same complex that Derek is moving to. He's moving to Hernando. He'll be moving while Skylar is here. So when he drops her off, he goes back, he does that move, and then when he comes back, he will have already been moved, and he'll be spending a week with me, helping me with whatever help I need. I know that I can get an apartment probably starting in September or October. They have a 60-day notice, so if I start looking like in July, I'll be looking at available apartments that are coming up in September. I am not in a major rush to grab one, but I do think I should try to nail something down for September, even if I don't end up moving until December. I want the peace of knowing that I have an apartment. And with my mother in a home now, I am free to travel if I want to go start setting things up. But see, I don't want to get to that point. I just need to have this house listed. That's happening at the end of June, and I need to nail down an apartment, and that's going to happen at some point this summer. They will obviously have a first floor apartment. I want first floor, especially due to my packages. And then I'll think beyond that. I don't care when I actually live there. I just need an apartment there. So I guess that's it for now. I'm going to actually get started doing what I want to do. Maybe I'll do more. Maybe I'll do a little bit there and then a little bit somewhere else. Again, whatever works for me, little tiny bites, and those bites will turn into a better plan maybe, or maybe I'll, you know, feel good about certain ways of doing things, and then that will help me to, you know, move forward. It's just all overwhelming. I have a headache. I have a headache just thinking about it, but I have to do it. I really do. All right, I hope you guys stick around for this entire journey. I'm going to take you from the very beginning until the very end. And then once I am in Mississippi and all set up, it will be gung-ho, regular work as usual. Obviously, I'm going to be working along with this. Right now is a little bit different because, you know, these 3 weeks are important. When I have Derek and Skylar here, you know, I have to focus on that. And then after that, we'll just see how it goes. I'm excited. Scared to death, but excited. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.